My name's Jazz and you're watching Jazzy the Tech Freak TV. Today's video is part 2 for my thoughts and feelings on the Galaxy S8 Plus. For those who have watched part 1, this is part 2 of my thoughts and feelings on the Galaxy S8 Plus. Just a quick update. I remember when I was speaking about it's the phone slowing down and it's lagging. I actually done a factory reset the other day after I shot the other video. After shooting the other video, I actually done a factory reset. I've found since then it is slightly better. It's much better, and we'll have to wait and see. As I said, I've done a factory reset. I've reset, downloaded all the apps, put them back how I prefer them and how I like my phone to be on the home screen. I'll just have to give it a couple of days or maybe a week and see how things go. But yep, here we go, part 2. I'm gonna start off with, once again I said the screen is beautiful on this. I love the Super AMOLED screen on this 18 by 9 ratio. I'm going to start off with the iris scanner. What can I say? The iris scanner is so beautiful. It's for me, I haven't had no problems with the iris scanner. It's been fine. It seems to unlock fine for me, at the end of the day, even in the night dark, when I'm out and about in the evenings, and as you can tell, it's getting dark now. I don't have no problems with it. The only thing, also, with the iris scanner, I've set up to unlock my phone with, and I use a pin as well, which I would highly recommend. The face recognition I would not recommend because it's a hit and miss, and as you probably heard out there on other videos, that you can even unlock it with a photo of yourself, so I wouldn't recommend that, guys. Stick to the iris scanner and either a password or a pin. My other thoughts and feelings, I love the camera. Oh my gosh, the photos are so clear. If I just quickly show you, if I go into, let's see, my gallery, and I'll quickly show you the photos, a bit of a sample of the photos I took. Let's scroll down. Let's see, what can I show you? Right. Yep, I'm just trying to find some photographs of a day out to White Castle, and I will show you the quality of the pictures if I can find them. Sorry about this, guys. I do apologize. I've got so many photos I've been taking. I just need to find the right, here we go. So if you look at, for example, this one taken of the castle, just zoom in a bit. If you can see the one with the White Castle, let me see if the brightness is turned up. Yep, the brightness is full. If I zoom in, I don't know about, obviously via the camera, you may not be able to see it clear enough. If I can just hold it up. But if you take a look at that and I zoom right in, just look at the details on that. And you know what, I think that is superb. I took that from quite far away, of quite a big distance as well. And it's not bad. It's beautiful. I love it. If I just show you a couple of more pictures. This is another one where I stood quite back and took the picture. But if you look at the detail, just look at the details of that, the person in front. Sorry about that, my bad. Just look at the detail, look at the trainers. Look at the quality and the detail of that. Just zoom in. If you can just capture that. Okay, can you see? So it's not a bad camera. It's brilliant. And that was auto mode. I just opened the camera up and just took a picture. I did not, if you look at the details of the clock, look at that. How fabulous is that? And you can imagine when I zoom back out, look, I was far away when I actually took that. So, the camera on that is wonderful. I'll just show you another picture quickly. That is one of inside the castle. And if you look, I was standing on the first floor. Sorry about that. I'll just get back into that. So zoom in, look at the detail. If I can just refocus on that. You know, it's not all bad. I think it's wonderful, to be honest with you guys. You know, so if you want a camera that takes lovely pictures, that's, you know, got a nice balance to it, good quality photos, you know, you can't go wrong with the Galaxy S8 or the S8 Plus. Samsung do good cameras, and you know, the combination, how they tweak it and optimize it, it's wonderful, it's beautiful. You know, so you can't go wrong with that. The pictures are clear. The earpiece, calling wise, you know what, I don't have a problem with that. You know, it's nice and clear, you can hear the other person on the line, you know, don't have no problems there. You know, the other thing I'm going to touch on is the battery life. For me, I seem to get about 5.5 hours out of it. Now, every user uses their phone differently, you know, uses it more or less often. I tend to have a balance with mine, but I do use it quite a lot, and I find I get about 5.5 hours of battery life out of it. Now, the fingerprint scanner, I'm not too happy about the positioning. I mean, even though I've got used to it, it's one of these where it's a hit or miss for me, because what I have to do is, you can see my hands ain't really that big, but if you look, I could just about reach that. Now, first I used to end up touching the camera lens, and you know, which makes the phone dirty. You know, the camera lens can get dirty and it can affect your pictures. But then finally I got used to it. But then when I hold it in your left hand, if you're right-handed like me, you will have a bit of a problem, to be honest with you guys. I mean, look how far I have to hold the phone up. So really, it's just in my palm towards the edge, and then I'm reaching, and even then I'm stretching my finger there. So, you know, right-handers, you know, it's going to be a bit awkward, but you do get used to it. Now, if you're left-handed, it's not a problem, because it's on this same left-hand side. But you know, I wish Samsung would obviously do something about that, and maybe put it in a better place, or put it back to the front. You know, it's just a nightmare trying to use that. So I tend to just use the iris scanner, as I said. The position, you know, could be, I think they probably could put it under the glass, the screen, to be honest with you, because Samsung can do that. You know, they're wonderful when it comes to the implementation of designs and technology, so they won't have a problem there. The other thing I find, guys, is, what can I say, the updates are just really killing me. I've been waiting now, I've had this 8 months, as I said, and if you look at the software update, if I click on it now, there's probably nothing. If I can just zoom in, I bet you I won't even have a software update available. And it's annoying, because, you know, you've had a phone 8 months and no software update. I've got a Sony Xperia XZ Premium, and I've had more updates on the Sony phones than Samsung phone altogether, so that is a bit of a pain. If I just come back out of that and go to the actual software, we're on software information, and if you can look, we are on, actually, if I can bring that in a bit, if you can see, we are on Samsung Experience version 8.1 and then Android version 7.0, which is still on Nougat, guys. Now, come on, Samsung, you know, I'm sure we can do a bit better than that. You know, the phone's been out nearly 8 months now, and obviously we're still waiting for updates, which isn't really on, is it, to be honest with you. I think Samsung need to get their act together and get some updates. I'm not knocking the quality of the phones, I'm not knocking their engineering, I'm not knocking their technology. It's just that they need to keep up with their software updates, which is a bit of a nightmare. So yep, guys, so expect that if you're going to be buying this handset, you'll have to wait patiently in vain, you know, while Christmas is come and gone and we're still waiting for updates. No Oreo update, guys, I'm afraid to say, no Oreo update. Now, the other thing I like about this is obviously the device maintenance. You know, if I go back into settings, if I come back out of that, If I go into settings, I love the device maintenance feature on this, because you know I've got it as my shortcut on my edge screen, but if you go into that, you know, it's there, and you can just optimize it. If you find your phone's lagging and glitching, or you know you want the RAM to, you know, clear your cache, clear background, you know, whatever dirt and, you know, debris you got left, you can just do that, you know, as I've just done in front of you. And now if you can see, it's optimized 100%. So that is a wonderful feature, and I love that. The Grace UI, guys, on top of, what can I say, on top of Android, it's just too much bloatware. The amount of double apps they put on there. Come on, guys, you know, Samsung, you've already got Google, you know, you've got basically Google browser, and then Chrome browser, and then you've got Samsung internet on top. You know, why not just stick to the simple browser? You know, you don't need any more. On top of that, you have Samsung's own calendar, and then you've got Google's calendar. So why do you need two calendars? You can free up that memory. So when the customer does buy the device, right at the box, you've got more memory to play with. You know, what you're left with is ridiculous at the end of it. Multitasking, I find, is beautiful. You know, you got your dual windows you can play with, which split screen, and especially with the 18:9 ratio, you know, you can do wonderful things. You can watch a video at the top half, bottom half, maybe browse the internet. So, you know, that's something I do love, and, you know, I tend to use quite a lot whenever I get the chance, whenever I'm multitasking or working. So multitasking wise, it's brilliant. The Exynos processor 8895 versus a Snapdragon 835, because obviously there's a US model out there that uses the Snapdragon 835, and with that model, that version, I mean, I haven't had one myself, to be honest with you guys. I haven't had one myself, but apparently some guys, you know, are YouTubers out there, and, you know, a lot of friends I've spoken to in the US are saying that the implementation of the Snapdragon 835 just on the Samsung Galaxies S8 and S8 Plus, the combination is ridiculous. The speed's not there. Now, I have the Sony XZ Premium with the Snapdragon 835, and any other handset with the Snapdragon 835 runs smoothly, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, you know, that's another problem there. The screen I love, it's a 6.2-inch screen, HD display right out of the box, but you know, you have to change that yourself. It's a 29:60 1440 2K screen, but as I said, right out of the box it comes at 1080p, and you have to change that yourself to 2K. I mean, maybe I think Samsung's doing that to preserve battery life. You know, that's what I think anyway, but it's ridiculous, because when you get a 2K screen phone right out of the box, you want it to be 2K, and it shouldn't really affect the battery life. So come on, Samsung, maybe put a bigger battery in there. With regards to the Note, that exploding Note, what can we say? The Note 7. So, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. But guys, just check out the dual curved screen. It's just wonderful. Just look at the curves. I mean, you know what, I love it. But, you know, as I said, there's only one problem with that you'll get, is if you drop it and you haven't got a case on it, then you're buggered, because the screen is more at risk, and it's more vulnerable and naked. And, you know, if it hits sideways, you'll find that can crack easily. And there have been Samsungs out there with customers and YouTubers and bloggers that have actually done tests on the phones, and they have smashed. You know, so, you know, the Exynos 8895, I love that, because it's an octa-core processor, and I just love it, and I find it's fast. I don't have no problems with it, but the only thing that's lagging the phone is the bloatware, I think. And I think it's a lot to do with the Grace UI. They're not getting the combination right. Either let go of the Grace UI altogether and stick to pure Android, or, you know, come on guys, make the combination better, tweak it, perk it, whatever you have to do, Samsung, let's get it right. The camera, the rear facing camera, is 12 megapixel with OIS, and you know what, as I said, I showed you the pictures earlier on, it is beautiful. You can't go wrong with taking pictures, and you know, you could just go out there, get it out of your pocket, auto mode, and just shoot. I think the couple of the modes for example, you have, if we go to camera, let's find the camera, where are you? Just want to quickly show you guys the beauty mode on this. I think is overdoing it. I think it shouldn't be overdoing it, to be honest with you, and it makes you sometimes your pictures look a bit as if, I don't know, to me, as if you've got makeup on and you've overdone your makeup. And it's one of them ones, but you know, some people like it and some people don't. But apart from that, it does take beautiful popping out pictures. You know, the colors really pop out on it, and you can't go wrong with it. Oh, whoops, the device security is still running in the background on the screen. Okay, so you know, camera's beautiful. Now guys, this comes with obviously a micro SD card slot, which, oh, thank you Samsung for bringing that back, because they had it on the S5, took it away on the S6 and brought it back with the S7 and the S7 Edge, and now the S8. Micro SD card slot supports, is a 64 gig my phone is, but it supports with the micro SD cards to up to 256 gigabyte. So you know what, it's beautiful. You know, just look at the superb edge screen. It's just, you know what, when you watch videos on it, you can't go wrong, guys. It's beautiful. It is a phone worth buying, to be honest with you. And you know what, I enjoy it, and whenever I get to go on it whilst I'm not working or out and about, this is my main daily driver for videos. You know, apart from the LG G6, that is only because if the battery goes on this, that's my secondary phone. So I enjoy this a lot, and I love watching the videos on the a lot. But you know, you guys can enjoy that too. So you know, once again, beautiful handset. The feel of it's nice, you know what I mean. Without the case, it's beautiful, but it's vulnerable, so I would suggest you guys get a cold case out of it. Right, Bixby voice assistant, when it first came out, it was half-baked, guys. You know what, I tried using it and there was hardly anything there. And I thought to myself, why did I buy this phone? But now, I mean, I think it's been out since August. I was actually abroad. I was on holiday when it came out and I couldn't download it. Well, in fact, I think I did. I did download the update. And you know what? I'm quite happy with it, because I'll be honest with you, you know, with the combination of Google Assistant and Bixby Voice, you can do wonderful, awesome things with this phone. Bixby Voice, you can switch your phone on and off. You can ask it to switch a Wi-Fi on. You can ask it to switch a Bluetooth on and off, Wi-Fi on and off. You can ask it to pull the last picture taken. You can ask it to pull up the settings menu. You know, it's just absolutely brilliant. There's certain things Bixby Voice can do that Google Assistant can't do. And what Google Assistant can do, Bixby Voice can't do. You know, just for the example, like, you know, I'll show you, hi Bixby. Let's see if it works. I bet it won't work for me now. Can you pull up Warwick Castle pictures? Okay, it says White Castle. Let's try that again. Let's just clear that. Hi Bixby. Can you pull up Warwick Castle pictures taken? And there you go, guys. Just like that. You know, when it does get it right, it does get it right. You know, as I said, look at the pictures. Just look at the quality on that. You know, look at the eagle. Look at the details on that. Look at the wood grain. You look how fine you can see the details on that. You know, and that was in auto mode, and that was taken not too far away, but was a decent distance away. You know, and it's beautiful. So things like that Bixby Voice can do for you, and a combination of Google Assistant and Bixby Voice, if you use them properly, combined, it will do you wonders. You know, Bixby, at first when it came out, it was half-baked, but some guys might like it, some guys might not like it, some customers, you know, you might not like it at all. You know, unlocking as well, you know, the phone is just superb what Samsung does, because unlocking, you can actually unlock it with voice recognition as well. You know, obviously you have to set that up in settings and your menu, you know, but there's a lot of videos out there on from other YouTubers and bloggers, so maybe you can just watch one of those. If you can't find anything out there, maybe we'll touch on that subject in the next video or later on. You know, settings menu layout, I love it. I love the settings menu layout. You know, it's much more simplified now. If you remember, the color, you know, it wasn't, I don't know, it just didn't apply to me. Now it's just nice and simple. You know, if you look at it, if I can get that to zoom in, if you just look at that, look, it's nice and simple, and you got the icons on the sides are nice and simple, and it's wonderful. You can't, everything's simple to find. I mean, obviously Samsung phones do have a lot of stuff going on in their settings, but you know, with this new theme and UI, there's, you know, everything's there. You can just find it, not a problem. If not, you can always use Bixby to help you find things, or Google Assistant. You know, setting wallpapers and themes. You know what, guys, what can I say, man? If I go into settings, you know, the wallpapers and themes you've got are absolutely nice. I think there's more coming out now, but if you go into the theme store, you have your own theme store, which you can just go into. And let me just zoom into that, guys. Do apologize. You know, you have your own theme store, and you can go into that and just select your wallpapers. What's this, network settings? Okay, so let's put that on. So to come out of that, I think that's something to do with you Wi-Fi, use it with Wi-Fi. Well, these are your wallpapers and themes, and then you got your themes at the bottom. You got your icons, which you can change. Your always on display is there as well, which you can change. You know, the always on display is wonderful on this, because compared to the LG G6, you can do more with this. You can have more information on there. I mean, I've got it set to, let's see what, look, as you can see, guys, if you look at the options you've got there, you can set it to any of these options. So you can have a lot of, you can have your picture, you can have a calendar, you can have your time, but you can have loads of information on it. You can have 2 clocks on there. You know, one international clock if you're like obviously traveling a lot or whatever, or you just like to keep track of the home time where your family lives, or you know, just general things like that. But I've got it too, if I lock the screen, I've got it set to that, and basically that shows your notifications below as well. So what you do is you can touch on a notification and it opens it up, but obviously you would have to most likely unlock the phone for that. So you can just, my bad, right, just unlock that again. So we've gone wrong. Okay, so if you just touch a notification, it'll pop up, and then obviously you would have to unlock your phone because it takes you to the iris scanner. But the always on display is fabulous compared to the LG 6. I mean, the LG G6, what I like about that is obviously you can put your name below, or a description or something, or maybe, you know, your son's name or your daughter's name or your name, or, you know, like a short, you know, just things like that. And it's brilliant, I find. But the always on display on this is wonderful. You can't go wrong with that, guys. It's something I enjoy using.